Alright, hello everyone, and welcome back to another A to Z challenge. Today we are playing Ashe in the bot lane, the Frost Archer. You can see her right up there. Using a skin, she's usually more Frost driven. It's the Fey Dragon, Ashe Pearl, Chromescent, and Chroma. Just hey, I have it, so I thought I would use it. Got an interesting one for you here today. This has been quite the effort to try to get this recording out to you guys, so I don't know why OBS and League of Legends just isn't playing nice anymore. But I had to record the playback from League of Legends and then record that through Windows Game Bar, and now I'm re-recording audio over it. So yeah, a little difficult of a run, but hey, it's gonna be fun. Kind of give more of a play-by-play through this game. See if my shoutcasting can hold up to the task of this game. So a little rundown of Ashe. We have her passive. Her passive is that her auto attacks and abilities slow based on her crit chance and do a little bonus damage based on her crit chance. Her Q makes her auto attacks, I believe her next 5 auto attacks, pew pew pew, each subsequent hit doing a little bit extra damage. Your W is a volley and a cone in front of you, which makes your passive go off on all the targets hit, and based on how many arrows hit, it does damage. Your E is a straight line hawk shot that gives vision along its path and then explodes once it reaches its destination to give an AoE of the vision. And your ultimate is a global ultimate that does what's it called? It does AoE damage, and then it also does a stun depending on how far it has gone. If it's flown max distance, it will stun for about 3 seconds, I believe. So here we see me and Pyke trying to get some vision down. Pyke going to send the Q, misses on Shaco. Shaco able to get the box to CC us to allow Sejuani to join the fight. Q hits both of us. This is all early game stuff, so if we could just kite back. We got a little extra money from attacking the wards, but here we're just going to back out. They couldn't chase any longer. They didn't know if we were running into J4. Now they've spotted J4, but they've already pulled up the chase, allowing us to recall and get back behind our wave. So yeah, the whole thing with Ashe and Pyke on this lane and how really we were trying to play it, the aggression of Shaco can be annoying, but it's pretty manageable. So he's going to play boxes, he's going to go Q and get free hits on us, and then or use his Q to get out. But in that, we should be able to still, because we have an actual support, Shaco's not truly that supportive, we should be able to turn it in the late game. So here they're shoving into us. I had a Q for free trying to get that farm. Top lane fight begins as Mbessa tries to use her 2 ability passive to get some free damage on to Gwen. Gwen only has 1 ability. The problem is her ability does true damage in that center, which means her casts are just way more worth it. At this point, Mbessa's just going to have to wisely use her dashes backwards. Sadly, that one allows her to eat another QQ. Snip snip from Gwen. So that's a bit of a harsh lane. Pyke eats a trap here, try to slow to make sure Shaco can't continue to chase. Level 2 means that he has his Q ability, which can make him crit when he comes out of it, or his E ability, which is bonus damage from behind. And eating Qs for free on my part, not the best. Other than that, the lanes have pretty much turned to farm lanes. We're pushed under turret, so the good news is that if we don't push out, then, well, we'd have to be able to freeze there. Pyke eats another trap. But his passive is going to heal him up. Anytime he's outside of vision, he gets that little heal of gray health. Xerath peppering this Akshan. So I'm trying to go slow here to maintain as many minions as we can and try to turn some of the damage around. And Mbessa Wing forward, very bold. We just saw Shaco put down a trap. I think I try to pop it here before the fight ensues. Yeah, right here. And it's bad because I do it right when Caitlyn can come into range and attack me. W forward from Mbessa. She eats a full snip snip again in the middle. True damage. Now here, all we have to do is let it push back to us. Let's play safe. Let's pull Shaco into turret. Let's take out his advantage of setting out his boxes. Yes, when we advance forward again, it's going to be a bit of a pain. Xerath stepping up to land the stun. Trading about even on that one. But yeah, the auto attacks on Pyke make it to where it pushes way faster. I hit my volley there. So he's trying to gank here for J4, hits the Q, but the Shaco just deceives, which is his Q out of it. Ignite is down to me, forcing me to flash, because if I eat that Q, another auto from Shaco or another E from Shaco, I'm pretty much dead. So unfortunate turnaround there. Up, and Bessa being dove under turret. What's unfortunate about that is because Pyke went up too early before J4 could, Caitlyn has a very easy disengage with her E, which gives the auto the stun on his the auto attack passive of Caitlyn is really strong and easy to finish. Gwen not taking turret right here. We got Xerath running for his life. Q does land, but W misses. The next auto will get the stun off, but he gets stunned. The auto doesn't land after it for the bonus damage, though. Flash to guarantee that it does not turn over to a kill. J4 going to try to counter gank up at the top lane. Or Pyke, excuse me. I thought that was going to... E is dodged, Q is flashed out of, and then W makes it to where she is CC immune within that arena if you are not in the arena with her, so she is safe, but did have to burn flash for it. Sadly, Pyke didn't get anything for that roam except a flash, which isn't horrible. Another unfortunate thing is he didn't stay to help Ambessa push, which means that she has to recall at a very bad time. Gwen can decide what to do with this lane, either let it slow push to her where they burn all the minions, Ambessa forced to teleport, or she could, which she's doing, shove. And Pyke's making his way back downtown. At this point, I think what I was just trying to do was just to push the wave. Yeah, so I try to push the wave because I know Shaco's coming. I know Pyke is behind. I just want to make sure that I could bounce and keep me safe. Or they have to tank the minions. Q doesn't land. Eating too much damage from those boxes. Can't really fight. And Bessa doing really well with her dashes backwards. Shaco tries to flash and Q onto West to get the box behind me because Sejuani is coming. The Q does not land for Sejuani, but it does for Pyke. The ignite down to the turret shot's going to finish that out. We begin to chase Shaco here. The slows make it an easy chase for J4. Xerath landing all of his ultimate shots. Meanwhile, Ambessa taking a one-on-one topside. Gwen's ultimate out. She heals for every needle that hits, and the needles do slow. Ambessa decides to go back in, dodges the Gwen ultimate, but eats a full snip, and gets killed. It was a good effort. The mechanics were there. It's just at that point, is it better just to disengage and say, hey, ultimate for ultimate? Here, our team's pinging us to drag in. I walk up with Pyke because, again, if Pyke grabs, we could probably kill under turret. I don't know if us being there really changes anything, and Ambessa just spam pinging us. Gwen executing a turret, so she can't be at this fight. Sejuani in the pit with our J4. Pyke going for Shaco. Decided to go on Sejuani to get some damage down. If we kill their jungler, it's a free jungle camp for us. We do get the kill on Sejuani. Caitlyn just peppering our backline. Smite missed by J4, which allows Shaco to steal it with an auto attack. We kill Shaco on the back end. At this point, we are dead to rights, so just try and turn as many kills as we can. I die after getting most of my damage off. Xerath charging Q, finds Caitlyn, and the auto is enough to kill for a double kill. So we lose Drake, turn a good amount of kills, but it's 3 for 3, not the best. And it is unfortunate that we had to lose that Drake. The fact that Smite came down when there was 90 health on it. And it was even, now that I watch it again, it was kind of after a couple autos from J4 as well. So he still had things that he could have used to burst in conjunction with the Smite. Smite at this point does about 600 damage, I believe. So 2 more autos puts it to, what, 580, if you will. 600 is going to execute for that, so just wait. At this point, again, Pyke is pushing, so it's a little frustrating. Trying to freeze it, trying to make it to where I can farm safe. So I think here I do decide to just push it, because a reset does about the same. I don't know, it looks like I have a freeze. And Bessa wisely, again, just dash back. Get damage out, dash back. She will heal it all. J4 coming up for a gank, trying to land that EQ combo to CC. The ultimate and the EQ would have landed. Oh, but here J4 decides to stay on the damage train. The ultimate enough to heal her through it. And Bessa trying to complete the kill. Turret shot makes it to where that's going to be a turnover. Xerath getting killed in the mid lane, but Gwen is going to be able to chase down Ambessa for a double kill. That W makes it so hard to gank a Gwen, we have to make sure that that's a burn or a bait. So the fact that they tried to layer their CC there was pretty unfortunate. Q does land on Shaco, but all it's going to get him is a free tower shot. I'm going for this turret plate, get us some free gold. Kill that box, make sure the wave doesn't push back so fast. Give us time to recall to get vision down. Gwen tanking minions here. Does she die here on execute? No, the level up saves her. That cannon minion hurts. At this point, Xerath is really our win condition. If Xerath can do what he wants, we can do what we want. Which is win. Trying to get Q on the minion. He does land the Q on one of the Shakos. He's pinging me off to the other one. I was attacking the other one. Keep that in mind. Ignite down on the clone. The fear enough to CC him, and the Q deceive gets Shaco away from me, so I cannot return the kill. At this point in chat, I thought Pyke was just kind of being chill and like, oh my gosh, I can't believe it was the wrong one. And I think I even say like lol or whatever. Try to turn it here, but now with Caitlyn there into a box, second box lane down, so the fear continues, but I flash over to make sure I'm walking the other way, because if Caitlyn lands a Q and can ult me there, I'm dead. But turns out that actually did tilt him a lot. And he let me know the next play that I do something dumb, that he was a little frustrated with me, which was funny. Now again, I'm looking at it, it was his call. But J4 trying to give some eyes just to see. I send my ultimate there. Oh, right here. This is where it is. So I send my ultimate because I think they're chasing into the bush, and it's close to hitting. But if Pyke hits the Q, J4 goes in. We are pretty easy kills there. But because I missed my ultimate, it was pointless. Pyke let me know in chat that it was like, that was such a dumb ultimate. And no matter what explanations I could do, it wasn't enough. Oh, that's so unfortunate. Gwen going all in just outside the turret range. Xerath sniping out Akshan, trying to get that last shot. He does, even though Akshan was definitely invis there. Very good on the Xerath. Gwen takes first turret. Here we know that we have Caitlyn in a 1v2, so I'm trying to step forward, but not enough. Also, Pyke is low. Shaco deceiving in. Misses the box shot. Trying to go on the Shaco as best I can. Know that that's the right one this time. Here's another one. So I see it now. There's like 3 stacks of like unfortunate plays. So I actually popped barrier there. And Pyke pings me missing. I was like, what's with the barrier? And I said, if I get feared there, Caitlyn can auto attack and R and kill me. And yeah, it was just, I'm a pretty cautious player. I tend to not try to do things unless I'm playing with friends and can communicate like, hey, I want to do something stupid, I want to be aggressive. When I'm playing solo, I am ruled by the book. Like, just, if you don't have the wave to do it, if you don't have the vision, just don't. Here we see Sejuani on the Drake. We decided to rotate out to try to get the objective. Last one being stolen. Kind of put a sour taste in our mouth. Shaco does Q on top of me here. I do see him. Slow him to make sure he can't continue to engage. Ultimate to stun Sejuani to make sure that RJ4 does get the smite. Pyke ulting as many low targets as he can. He does get 3, turning those gold over to Xerath. Sejuani misses the ultimate, whiffs it. Xerath doing some fancy dancing, doing his best to make sure he stays alive. He does. Now I'm putting as much damage into Caitlyn again. It's going to be a death for a death. If Xerath can land his shots, he misses his Q. Begins charging his next one, sees the direction because of Caitlyn's Q, and snipes her out. Really well played by the Xerath. And Bessa getting some free time up in the top lane. As you can see in the chat, Pyke just pinging the living daylights out of our Xerath, even though he is doing just great. Saying, why didn't you ult for a single kill? Well, because that lane phase is over. Here, Xerath pings me off from bot lane, says, hey, just go mid lane. It's free to farm Akshan and free to farm up there. So we do. We trade up. He's going to have Pyke down in the bot lane, and I'm just going to make sure that I guard this turret and farm it out. And Bessa, forgetting that she doesn't have a turret. Again, Gwen's ultimate makes it to where she could chase so much, those slows and the damage. J4 is behind her, but Ambessa has to pull out. Pyke and Xerath trying to look for something funny. Shaco is there. The stun does land along with the Q. Ultimate kills the clown. Zareth trying his best to stay alive. Misses the stun, but the slow does land. Ultimate gets Pyke back in range for the ignite, and the auto is enough to kill. Good job. Just dancing on this knife's edge to try to get those 2 kills, and it is a payout. Surely that's the turnaround we needed, because we're, what, 2,000 some gold up? Ooh, that turret shot almost took out Pyke. That would have been unfortunate. Zareth staying for the tower, trying to get it. Does. I don't know if his next couple auto attacks really help with that. Here I'm chunking Akshan with W's, but again, I have no vision. I know that 2 were just killed in bot lane, but things can go bad. Also, Gwen just disappearing from top lane as well. Decided to go to rotate to try to find her. Akshan trying to throw a Q to dissuade me, but nope, I have 4. Gwen is 1. Decided to show there. Shaco trying to turret dive Azerath. The stun lands with the W, and it's enough damage. And now we are on to Sejuani. Cannot be slowed yet, but trying our best to maintain it. EQ does land, and Mbessa is slowing, and now my auto attacks are in there as well. Pyke ultimate secures that kill. Ultimate onto Gwen from me, makes it to where she's stunned for a little bit to get the damage off, and Pyke ultimate kills her, and then I'm able to clean up the Akshan. 3 for none. Amazing fight. Just us speaking together, us landing our CC, especially on Gwen, who wasn't immune. Like, that is the most important thing in these fights, is can we wait out her W, or if one of us gets our CC down, can we layer it from that point on? So that's really what happened there, is with J4's ultimate, Pyke was able to land his Q, which kind of almost let Gwen get away, but then I landed my ultimate. It was a good stacking of CC before she could hit W. Or she already used it earlier. Here's a couple of bits of a reset. Zareth pushing up. Zareth a little off tempo, and Pyke very off tempo. So he is up here playing solo lane. He'll likely get this turret with this charge. He does, and he goes for a second while Gwen is on the respawn, so she can definitely respond to this. Even though he gets the charge, she's level 11. So here, just get out. W away. And he tries to do funny jukes, but he just dances into her. He can see her into Akshan. He used all of his escape abilities, which means this is just a free kill. Unfortunate. Stupid. Like that's basically what it is. It's these solo plays. And Zareth caught out again off tempo. He's ahead, so they can respond to him. He has no escapes. He has no flash. Well, he might actually have his flashback by now. So that was a huge shutdown over to Sejuani. 700 gold on that kill, which is going to make her tanky, going to make her hard to deal with, because I don't have Shred at this point. I think I get Shred maybe item 3 with Lord Dominic's. They're playing the Vision game, trying to clear it out. They want this Drake as well. Just going back to mid lane, trying to push. We're clearing out Vision. Eing over the wall. Again, no escapes. Ultimate cannot be used as a disengage. If it does not hit someone, I ultimate to try to turn anything, and it is not enough. We're able to catch Shaco here. The EQ combo does land, but then he is full damage in the middle of a whole team. Sejuani's ultimate does stun me, allowing Caitlyn to ultimate execute me, and Bessa going to the back line with her ultimate. Hits Caitlyn. Zareth kills Sejuani on the front line. Can she chase down this Caitlyn? The slows do land. The dashes keep coming out, but boom, a Gwen is there. And Bessa decides to die for this kill, and Zareth is following, but flashes into the wall, does not get over, and Gwen doesn't even need her ultimate, but she'll use it just to secure the kill. It is 4 for 2. Not a great turnaround, but still ahead. We're still ahead to, what's that? It's technically 1,700 gold. So still something. Pyke trying to be interesting here, trying to make sure that Gwen is afraid to do this. I don't know if he can. Level 8 to level 13, and she has sustain on her abilities. It's just not as big as of a threat as we hope. Hoping Drake does enough damage, possibly to get his ultimate off. Akshan here to help defend. We might go for a steal again. He EQs into it. Becomes a smite fight, or no smite fight. Sejuani wasn't there. J4 trying to survive. Stun does not land. He's able to flash over the wall. W behind me to make sure that no one can follow. Pyke gets the Shaco, but we realize that is the clone, so we back out of it. Fear does land, and Bessa clearing out the mid lane to make sure that they don't get anything for free off of our recalls. We're all pretty healthy here, staying together as a unit. Again, if Xerath can do what he wants and just sit in the back line and shoot out his abilities, we're actually fine. We don't have a full-fledged front line is one issue. Pyke Wing into the team. They can see you, but the Q does land, and so does the E, the ultimate, to make sure that the CC continues. Pyke misses his ultimate, but the damage is okay, and we're able to turn the kill. Very risky to W in. It is your disengage. That movement speed tries to get the Caitlyn. He lands it, but Shaco is right behind him. The ignite ticks, and kills him even before Caitlyn's ultimate lands. Xerath, though, with the Q, does land it on Caitlyn, continuing his shots to try to find the Shaco. He doesn't quite find it. Xerath just lining up with both of them. The slows making it to where Shaco can no longer figure or dodge left or right. We see Sejuani decide to separate, make sure that we can't both be caught. My autos can now begin to slow because her passive is gone. She Qs over the wall to continue the chase. W does land. Next auto gets the stun. And the auto doesn't go off, so the bonus damage isn't there. Aftershock keeping her alive for a little bit longer. Xerath continues to pepper with spells. Runs into Gwen. The stun does hit into the ultimate, but she just sees over it. Second cast needlework has been hit. She's going to send the third, which is, I believe, 7 needles. Pyke continuing the fight. Cannot land the ultimate, and the Q is dodged with her W, but Akshan tries to be the hero. Comes in to an arena that he does not want to be with the slows. He is chased down. I continue to land slows onto Caitlyn. J4 moving forward. I'm continuing the chase. So does Pyke. The stun lands on the auto, and the ultimate does not hit, so the damage isn't there. I take 2 ramp turret shots, and now I've got Gwen on me trying to stay back and far away, let my slows keep the distance, and we disengage. Shaco coming towards 2. Thinks he can kill Mbessa before he dies. The clone does buy more time, but not enough. Mbessa chases him down. Great turnaround. 4-4-0. Woo! We're in this game, baby. So that's the whole thing, is when you are tilted, like in a mindset, because I get it, Pyke was frustrated at a couple of those plays, and even though, again, looking at some of the plays, you can see how just little mistakes made those things turn when they should have been working. Just keep good mental. Keep trying. Keep with your team. And it's very easy to turn around League of Legends at the ELO that I play at. Very rarely is it said and done as long as people play well, because it's highly, highly likely that the enemy team does something wrong. For example, the enemy team is individually far ahead. Shaco can beat my Pyke. Sejuani can likely beat my J4. And Mbessa can definitely lose to Gwen. So they're all feeling super happy with themselves. I'm about even with Caitlyn, so we're both kind of, whatever our team does is what we're going to be subject to. And Akshan is behind Xerath, so if we can get fights where we're all together and they're not, the E forward makes it to where his Q cancels, dodges the W. Now Sejuani's pretty deep here, but we have to be careful because we are 3v4. Otacon also shredding us. Gwen chasing us deep. Ultimate does land into the backline, but it lands on Sejuani. I am on Akshan trying to take his kill, which I do. Xerath's ultimate kills Sejuani. No. Mbessa does. Gwen on me. There's nothing I can do. She is CC immune to the stun. Still lands, though. The ultimate does not execute. Xerath running for his life, waiting for his cooldowns. The Q does come before the stim slips can land. His Q is a hit into the box. The stun does hit, but the center of the W, bonus damage, double kill for Xerath. So right there is exactly what I'm talking about. Each individual player on their team could likely win 1v1s, but because we're together, because we're doing fights, even just a little bit of damage that we can give Xerath, a little bit of frontlining we can give to Xerath, and if Pyke grabs a good person to stun, we can turn these things. And Mbessa diving into the backline just buys time. She did get the kill on Sejuani because Sejuani was already low because of mine and Xerath's damage. But just keeping that in mind, that the team fights are really a turner. So as long as you have someone who's ahead, play around that person. Don't ego it and say like, well, this should have worked, or we're just so tilted. Keep fighting. Alright, playing the Vision game again. We still want this Drake. If we can start stacking Infernals, that is free stats, free damage. So here we decide to kill the Scuttle for the free Vision on our part. That cannot be cleared, so we're going to see them starting the Drake if they are really going for it. We're a little disintegrated. Decided to start walking with J4 and Xerath. Land a slow. on Gwen. And Bessa and Pike a little forward here. They are alone. We cannot chase that. Shaco sees me coming. That's obviously warded. I'm able to back out with my barrier. We get the free kill on Shaco. And Mbessa's ultimate does land on Gwen. Her W makes it to where I have to wait for my ultimate. It does come out really late. Doesn't really stun anyone except Sejuani. Now here's where it goes bad. It's everyone versus Xerath. Now, the good news is we cleared vision there so he can play the bush game. Flashes forward to get Akshan with the Q on the back end. Drake's still doing work for us, but Otacon doing work for them. Making it so Xerath can't totally face check and disengage the team from this Drake. It does reset, but Gwen's feeling confident to keep it going. He tried his best. You have to wait till the next cooldown, and it's a long cooldown. So yeah, honestly, just playing it better. I'm looking at this again, and obviously 2020 hindsight is so effective when you're in the game. You're just clicking on everything and hoping that it works, unless you are very comfortable on a champ, which I'm comfortable on Ashe. Like, I'm definitely not making an excuse for myself. I think at the end of this match, my grade is a B+, and it came down to farm. I think it came down to DPS, even though I was the second greatest on our team. It is easy to do that as an ADC, so I could have probably done more. And I think really what we could have done is played back more. We have so many all-in champs. We have Pike. We have J4, who is full lethality. We have Mbessa, who is building bruiser, not full tank. So with those elements in play, going backwards is hard for us. Pike trying to pick a fight with a Gwen, but he is level 10, and I believe at this point she is level 14. I'm trying to be with him. No, I'm level 13, so she must be level like 15 or 16. Yeah. Gwen does go forward, thinking she found Mbessa. The immunity is out. We're trying to wait it out. She gets the second charge by backing out of it. I'm able to shotgun my ultimate to make sure she CCs, trying to stay out of the QQ so she can't sustain. Ultimate does miss on Pike. So the reset isn't there. But we were able to 1 for 1 for Gwen, and she's a shutdown. And the shutdown went to me, so that is a good person to have that gold. They turn Otacon while we're going for Gwen. Xerath is bot side, though, and he's a large amount of our gold, so we can't really do anything with this. Pike lands a Q on Chickens, goes into Sejuani. E does stun, even though Q does go through for Sejuani. Just throwing W's, trying to be annoying. We know that they're looking for Baron, at least to clear visions on Baron. So we're just trying to play the macro game well. Me and Xerath on one side is pretty strong. Eat a box here, so I can't help with this next play. He finds Akshan trying to be stealthy. The W does land. The Q, easy to shotgun him in the face. We see Shaco there go over the wall. Pike trying to catch on Sejuani. Misses his E, but the Q will land. The EQ following it to change the CC. The W slows, making it where they can't chase. Oh, and Mbessa ults to keep Sejuani locked into place. Pike once again Qs to make sure that Sejuani has an escape. Ultimate of Caitlyn onto Xerath. We know that that is the box, the clone, so we clear it. We see Shaco. His Q doesn't happen in time to where he doesn't get landed by Xerath, so he's a little low. J4 starting the Drake, or starting the Baron. That really throws this whole situation into an issue. We could have just disengaged, could have gotten picks. I see Shaco, he queued in so that he can't run away, which allows me to just get the free shots in. Trying to keep DPS on Baron if that's our play. Honestly, at this point, I think if I just disengaged, we would have kept going. Missed my ultimate on Caitlyn, even though she's in an arena, a tight arena. I get hit by her trap, which lets her headshot. Me, which destroys me. Gwen, she's regen, she's revived. But Baron, steal by Xerath. Again, Xerath was good, man. I'm so glad we had him on our team. That chase with needlework makes it so hard to run away. We turn the kill on the backside. Caitlyn trying to, or Akshan trying to follow. Her being immune means no other shots can happen. Pike trying to be annoying. Misses Q, misses W from Xerath, but the Q lands from Pike to bring her back into range. Pike is a fast champion. He could try to stay away from Gwen. Goes forward with his E, misses. Gwen flashes forward knowing that she has the damage to kill him now. Stun missed and W down, so now spells can hit again. This is a lot of time waiting, though. The team is not seen on the map, so we don't know who could be behind. And boom, there it is, Sejuani. Even Shaco cutting off the full escape. Ambessa does catch him, but that is 2v1 on Xerath. Ultimate lands. He tries to turn the kill onto Gwen to try to return anything. Unable to do so, and Ambessa unable to kill Shaco. He is just too slippery. Misses the E over the wall. Sejuani Q's over the wall. But there's 3, and you're running into the fed Gwen. Caitlyn just farming in the mid lane, doing safe things. I'm going down to the bot trying to do anything, trying to make some type of turnaround, some type of punishment for all of them going top. But they are fast. Shaco already coming down from mid lane to bot lane. So after I push this wave, I cannot step any further forward. Caitlyn able to free push mid. No one's there to defend. Gwen able to catch my wave. That's unfortunate. The stun does land. Ignite. Halo Blade autos plus his ultimate kills Caitlyn for her push, but she does get the turret. Losing a lot of control on this. The EQ forward into the trap. The shield to make sure that he can get out alive. Shaco's ultimate is down. We do know they are on Drake, but we can't do anything about it. I pop the clone to make sure that the fear can't change the situation. Shoot a late ultimate. Trying to be good. Pyke at this point being very upset with me again. Ultimate misses from Ambessa, so she doesn't go all the way in, which is kind of good because without my ultimate, we are not able to turn this fight. I'm eating boxes in the back line. I can't really join the fight effectively. The stun does land on Sejuani. Halo Blades are down. Blast Cone puts her back into the enemy team, but Gwen is stacking up her needlework. She's able to E onto me and QQ. Akshan trying to flash to turn the kill onto J4, cannot. Pyke just eats a full snip. The stun does land even through it, but the Zanya's is drawn. Little mistiming on the Q makes it to where Xerath doesn't get the kill, but J4's EQ combo does. Ultimate out from Caitlyn. The slow on J4's shield. The double E from Shaco clone and clone. J4 tries to turn on both, not quite enough damage. The second box, easy auto attack for Caitlyn. And for all of that, we get a turret. It wasn't even anyone pushing. It was just a reset off our turret and Pyke killing Caitlyn in the mid lane. Yeah, it's hard because at this point, these fights are just a little disintegrated. Like, I don't think anyone's absolutely playing horrible. Here I shoot the blind ultimate just to see if I can hit anyone. I barely miss Shaco. My R is on like a minute cooldown at this point, so it's not horrible. But yeah, going to clear vision, trying our best. Pyke a little far ahead. One of the issues that I saw after rewatching this game is just we have heroes on our team as well. Pyke really does like to be so far forward and start causing a ruckus, which isn't, it's not horrible, okay? It's just, if you get caught, you have to be so fine-tuned on it, because if you get caught, so he's using all his dashes forward, he's spamming his Q, all those things. If you're caught out after using all those abilities, you're just dead. You're very squishy. So you have to use your mobility to disengage while trying to find people as much as you can. Like, your E is so fast. Eats a box, and that's just so much damage. Box into box into box. And with that, Shaco flashes, Q's forward, his E gets the kill. We realize which one's the clone, stop attacking it, trying to disengage it. Ultimate onto Caitlyn, she hits it. But now we have a Gwen on us and an Akshan. The Q onto the box actually turns that really bad. I didn't realize that Xerath Q'd the clone, and that's what killed it, which caused the fear to happen, so that got his kill. My W was slow, so I could disengage by flashing backwards. Gwen chasing us down with that needlework, not able to catch up. And here I'm like, dude, she's alone. Like, everyone's recalled. We saw Shaco recall, so I start landing autos, start landing slows, trying to do something. And I get pinged off. Again, a little frustrating there. At that point, I get it. But he's level 16. I'm almost 16. Gwen is 17 or 18 at this point, I believe. So the level disadvantage is there. And once again, and again, not horrible, just trying to do his job, but we know things. We know that Gwen just ran away from us. Can we guarantee that you can get out if you're in those positions? And Wing in, I believe, is what really killed him there, because his E was quick and instant. I don't know if that CC landed. Did, and J4 face checks into 4 people. The clone, we actually killed the clone there. I whiff on Akshan, hitting Shaco in the back line with the ultimate, and we just get cleaned up by Gwen. Down here, Xerath just poking at Caitlyn the best he can. He can kill her if he lands abilities, but it's hard, because all she has to do is focus on dodging and pushing in waves. She doesn't have to kill Xerath here. Her team just got Baron. Their next move is going to be for Infernal Soul, which is full damage. Full damage stats, not full damage stats, but a lot of bonus damage stats, and a burst of AoE damage when you hit abilities and auto attacks. Gwen just pushing for free in the top side. I know that Pyke is trying to do something saucy with Xerath in the bot lane. It's a good effort. Like, even if Pyke is there, which he is now, again, super fast can get there, but what is he going to do, right? Now, before he had a turret, now he's going to try to do it without turrets. He ease forward, which takes out his survivability. The damage is missed completely. Somehow, even though he was in the arena, ultimate does land, but she has to disengage. I'm trying to turn it with Mbessa with my ultimate, but oh my gosh, just one caster for ultimate plus QQ destroys me. Quadra kill over to Gwen. And now our poor lonely Xerath has to contemplate. Why did League of Legends decide that this was his team today? Why did he, with all of his good effort, get given people who simply fed a Gwen and didn't know how to rotate into team fights and didn't know how to back up when we were behind? Even though we weren't behind, but just realizing the state of the game and noticing, hey, you know what, I might be ahead, or I might be able to do these things as my champion, but with the state of the game, I am not able to. Sejuani very wisely picking up a Kanek, which means any burst damage that Xerath can do is going to be eaten by a huge ultimate. Does miss. Slow doesn't even land on Xerath, but at this point it's kind of playing with food. 2 lanes pushing, 3 soon. Xerath being a single, not a single target, but very much a skill shot oriented champion. I ult onto Caitlyn and try to turn the kill. Barrier keeps her alive for a little bit longer. She flashes out, and Xerath does land his second to last shot on her. Gwen teleporting in, though, to decide the fate of this game. Fear of Shaco's boxes makes it where I can't join immediately. Trying to wait for my ultimate until she's outside of her W, but she has all the time she needs. She's chasing down her Xerath. The stun does land. Q does land. The smite to slow and the stun. Infernal Drake burst right there. Unfortunate. Again, watching the game, obviously while you're playing, you're getting a little tilted at people for what they're saying, what they're doing, but watching it, no one really played bad. It was just an unfortunate thing. So we will be back for Game 2 with Ashe, and I will see you guys then.